Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Those people who strive in our path, who struggle in our path for our sake, لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا, without doubt, 100%, definitely, we will show them and we will make them travel the path of, we will show them and we will make them tread the paths towards us. There's multiple paths to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, multiple ways to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not only open those up upon them, but also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take them. So when you come to the masjid or when you come to these gatherings, the first thing that I keep on repeating again and again is that we have to have our intention straight. Our intention should be straight. If our intention is not correct, if our intention is that this is a weekly gathering, we will sit and socialize and maybe spend 30-45 minutes and then have dinner, you will get what anybody is coming as per their intention. And sometimes you won't even get that because sometimes we don't have dinner here. But if our intention is that we are coming and this is our form of striving, us being weak, this is at least something that we are doing to find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our life, find the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We'll definitely get it by the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the Quran. Hazrat Maulana Sharif Sahib Thanvi rahimahullah said that I swear by Allah, qasam kha ke kehta hu, never ever has there been a single person on the face of this earth who tried to find Allah and did not find Allah. Who tried to find Allah and did not find Allah. Arfi rahimahullah, it's a famous shair, he said, उन्हीं को वो मिलते हैं जिनको तलब है, उन्हीं को वो मिलते हैं जिनको तलब है, वही ढूंढते हैं जो है पाने वाले. उन्हीं को वो मिलते हैं जिनको तलब है, वही ढूंढते हैं जो है पाने वाले. So if we are coming here with the correct intention, right there is almost a guarantee from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if provided we are coming with the right intention, that inshallah we will find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our lives. And when we find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's not that the real meaning is that we'll find the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because it should be understood sometimes, I'm a little carefree as well, because I understand that you people come here regularly and you understand my mizaj. Our aqidah is that we are constantly connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are constantly connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our effort is to gain the realization of this connection and to make this connection two-way. The common example that ulama give is that if you look at a light bulb, that light bulb, what is its purpose? Its existence is to give light. But can a light bulb function without electricity? No. So, is the light bulb and the electricity one and the same thing? No. But can a light bulb function without electricity? No. So, the light bulb is our example, where we are a separate entity, but we are so dependent on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we cannot do anything without our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With the constant will and command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we do those things. For in layman's terms, we have explained it many times before as well, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Khaliq, and Khaliq of such a nature that it's not Toyota pushing out their models out in the market where they don't care. Somebody wants to hit the car to a tree or throw it in a ditch or whatever. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is such that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala maintains a connection after creating something. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates something and keeps a perpetual connection. So our effort in this work of tasawwuf is to make this connection two-way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is constantly connected with us. We have to realize through love and through appreciation of the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this connection should become two-way. We should also become the ones who realize and value and work on strengthening this connection. This is the whole effort. And the method to do it is to find the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because once you start loving someone, you want to follow what they are asking you. You want to fulfill whatever they are asking of you. So, Hakim Akhtar Rahimahullah used to advise us that never ever learn deen from a dry alim. From a dry alim. Khushk. Zahid khushk, alim khushk se deen na sikho. Don't go to a dry alim to learn deen. He will tell you the do's and don'ts, but will not create that love within you that will ignite within you the spirit to follow what he's telling you. The spirit, the passion to do what he's telling you. किसी जाहिद खुश से इल्म हासिल ना करो, तुम्हारा दीन भी बर्बाद करेगा, तुम्हारी दुनिया भी बर्बाद करेगा. Because when they don't, the mizaj of our mashayikh is that the perfect enjoyment of this world, even this world, comes with connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we don't connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we go homes, most of us go north, right? And when we cross Grand Canyon Drive, you almost see this board. It says happy hour, right? Happy hour from this to this time. When people don't realize and recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is their happiness. If we don't recognize and realize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our life will also be limited to happy hours, not perpetual happiness, not perfect happiness, because we will be going in the footsteps of the kuffar who are trying to find happiness in material things. And this world and whatever materials it contains, they have a very, very special universal property, which is that they are temporary. They are temporary. Your life is temporary. Your family is temporary. Your wealth is temporary. So any happiness that we try to derive out of these things will be temporary. Because a perfect thing cannot erupt from an imperfect thing. An imperfect thing cannot give birth to a perfect thing. You understand what I'm saying? Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is perfect, only that happiness which comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly is perfect happiness. Perpetual, everlasting happiness. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not dependent upon means to give us happiness. Hakim Akhtar Rahimahullah, I think we were discussing it last week. Hakim Akhtar Rahimahullah explained this ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to those people who bring faith and do good deeds, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that definitely will give them a beautiful life, a peaceful, a life full of pleasures. Hazrat used to explain that لَنُحِيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبًا. Hayatan Tayyiba is not a life of plenty and luxury in terms of material things. It is every imaginable pleasure of this life that you get in your heart by a direct doing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by a direct action of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is not dependent on anything that is surrounded. Hazrat used to say कि कबाब खा लो और अच्छे से अच्छा बना कबाब खा लो, फिर क्या होगा? एक खाओगे बड़ा अच्छा लगेगा, दूसरा खाओगे उससे कम अच्छा लगेगा, तीसरा खाओगे चौथा खाने की हिम्मत ही नहीं रहेगी. दुनिया की you eat anything that is good, everything of this world that you try to consume and use to get happiness and satisfaction, it is temporary. It is perfectly temporary. Anyway, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our coming here. One of the people who's connected with me last week asked me to tell them a specific, a khas zikr for Ramadan, special zikr for Ramadan. And alhamdulillah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our mashayikh that never ever has it happened that somebody asked me something and I had not already heard the answer of that from one of our mashayikh. Hakim Akhtar Rahimahullah was also asked this question, and the answer was that I'm not going to tell you a khas zikr, not a special zikr, but I'm going to give you a khasul khas zikr, a special among the special azkar, which is what the Prophet ﷺ has told us. Recite excessively La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, recite excessively astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for Jannah. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-Jannah. Or in your own words, in your own language, oh Allah, I need Jannah, I want Jannah. Not only, but one thing I used to point out. So the first thing that we have to understand is that my Hazrat Dr. Mufti Maulana Sahib Kalyani told us that if a fire is burning and you don't know about it, and you put your hand in it, is the fire going to burn your hand or not? Definitely it will. If you take a very potent poison and you don't know it's poison and you take it, will it kill you or not? It will kill you. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put effect, that kind of an effect in these small things, in these petty things, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is simply not possible that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taken, even if somebody does not do it properly, even if somebody does not do it with full consciousness, with fulfilling the right of the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which in fact, if you think about it, nobody can fulfill that right. If you do that with carelessly, even your mind is elsewhere, you are doing something else, you're not even thinking about it, but your tongue is only saying it, even then it is definitely going to create an effect. It is definitely going to create an effect. But if you need the full effect of a medication, most times you have to take it on an empty stomach. You have to take it on an empty stomach. So same is the way is the method of doing zikr. If you want to do zikr properly, and let me remind you again, by me saying this, I'm not saying that we should not make zikr unless we can make it properly. We should make zikr excessively, walking, going somewhere, going out to stores, driving, whatever. Our tongue and our heart, ideally, should remain busy in remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if we want to gain the full effect, we have to do it properly. We have to do it properly. And all of these azkar are very special azkar, in fact. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah is something that you all must have heard. It is a kalima, it is a sentence, La ilaha illallah, which was given to all Anbiya. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself said that if this kalima alone is placed in one side of the scale and everything else, this universe, the skies, the earth, everything except Allah himself, is put on the other pen, this kalima is more valuable. This kalima is more valuable. The Prophet ﷺ has said, La ilaha illallah, laysa laha hijab, laysa laha hijab dunillah. La ilaha illallah is something that does not have any hijab, does not have any barrier between this kalima and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My Hazrat used to teach us the way to do the zikr of La ilaha illallah. And we do not have that formal way of sitting for everyone and doing it, but at least have in your mind, think about what happened with the people who have studied with me, at least know, I think others know as well, that what happened to explain this hadith, that there is no hijab between La ilaha illallah and Allah himself. Recall what happened on the night of Mi'raj. The Prophet ﷺ, after having visited Aqsa and led the prayers, went from one to the second to the third skies, crossed all the skies, then passed by Sidratul Muntaha, entered Jannah, saw Jahannam, and then he reached a station. There was a station called Sariful Aqlam where he heard the pens scribbling. Then he and Jibreel alayhi salam went to a place called Hijab. And at that station, an angel came, about which Jibreel said that even though I am very near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in terms of my physical station, I have never seen this angel before tonight. Even I have never seen this angel before tonight. That angel welcomed the Prophet ﷺ beyond the point where even Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam could not go. And then the Prophet ﷺ crossed 70,000 hijabat, 70,000 hijabat, 70,000 barriers or veils, 70,000 we could say worlds maybe. And all of these have been called hijab in the language of the Prophet ﷺ. Now think, what is the Prophet ﷺ telling us? La ilaha illallah laysa laha hijab. La ilaha illallah does not have a hijab between La ilaha illallah and Allah Himself. Finally, after crossing these, and this is all written by Hakim al-Ummat in his book Nashr Team. If somebody wants, I can show it to you. Quoted hadith about it. After crossing those 70,000 hijabat, the Prophet ﷺ entered a place where there was perfect silence. And there was perfect silence. So my Hazrat, may Allah bless him, told us that when you recite La ilaha illallah, when you want to do it properly, think of that beyond all the hijabat where the Prophet ﷺ was. The Prophet ﷺ was a man of perfect iman, was a man of perfect trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But he has said that at that point, it was such a perfect silence that even my heart started to tremble. I started to feel scared. Wahshat hone lagi. At that point, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his murabbi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is his murabbi, his trainer, gave an angel the voice of Sayyidina Siddiq Akbar radiallahu anhu. And he told the Prophet ﷺ to stop moving. Perfect silence. And finally he asked the Prophet ﷺ to stop moving. Stop moving. The ulama have written 2 points. Number 1, when you are doing muraqabah, you should consult your murabbi. You should consult the person who is training you, because he is going to keep you in check. You can go crazy. He is going to keep you in check. The Prophet ﷺ was consoled in a very beautiful manner by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where he gave the voice of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq to an angel who consoled the Prophet ﷺ. Only listening to the voice of Siddiq Akbar was consolence and comfort to the Prophet ﷺ. And he told the Prophet ﷺ to stop. Allah is sending salawat upon you. Allah is sending salawat upon you. From this, the ulama have written that to fully gain from the benefits of remembering and from the recitation of this kalima La ilaha illallah, sit still and in a quiet environment. In a quiet environment. The Prophet ﷺ has said there is no hijab. Think of that situation when you say La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. There is none. The technical translation is there is none worthy of worship. There is none we worship, right? And Dr. Hisab Alfi used to say that, think about it, who is our ilah? Who is an ilah? Who do we worship? We worship only the one from whom we have a perfect hope, from where we know we are going to get anything and everything, and from where, apart from where, there is nowhere else, there is no other person that we can get anything from. That is our ilah. That is the one that we worship. And when you are saying La ilah, when you're saying La ilah, then you should think that I have lost every hope from every corner. There is no hope for me. There is nobody for me except illallah. Illallah. There is nobody existent to me except Allah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. When we say illallah, all hope, all success, everything that I have ever dreamed of getting, everything that I will ever get is coming to me, illallah. And the reason I explained to you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we get Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we definitely get everything without there being any means, without there being any apparent means. this is la ilaha illallah. We'll keep it at this. I don't want to take it beyond this. But this is when you do that, Hazrat Muhtar Rahimahullah used to say, when you do the zikr of la ilaha illallah consciously, then definitely it happens that veils are taken off. And you do it consciously, with sitting properly, quietly, and with this going on in your head. Another hadith is that la ilaha illallah, when it erupts from the mouth of a believing slave, it goes straight, tears apart the skies, and does not stop until it finds Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It keeps on ascending and ascending and ascending until it crosses all the veils, and it reaches the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There it finds the special tajalli, the special presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There it finds peace. There it finds its station and it stops. So when we do that, Hazrat used to say the word, I cannot say it that beautifully, has said, zikr se zakir और मज़कूर में राब्ता हो जाता है. जिक्र से जाकिर यानी the one who is doing zikr and the one who is being remembered, they become connected. जिक्र जाकिर को मज़कूर तक पहुंचा देता है. Remembrance or uttering again and again, whoever you are calling, that zikr, that remembrance takes you towards the mazkur, towards the one who is being remembered. So when we do that in reality, when we are thinking about it, a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ is that the affair, the deal of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with his slave is according to his hope. According to his hope. In explanation of this hadith, our Hazrat taught us that think about it. What has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given us? In the form of hope, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us? The biggest weapon. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that if you do it, what you hope is what you'll get. With me, the affair is that what you hope is what you'll get. So if we say la ilaha illallah, hoping that our la ilaha illallah is reaching Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then there is no obstruction, there's no hindrance between our la ilaha illallah and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, and that this la ilaha illallah is taking us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the one who we are remembering. Do it for, this is the beauty of our silsila. We do not do 40,000, 50,000, 125,000 azkar per day. We do it very little, but we do very effective. We hit it where it hurts the most. We do it where it works really well. If we do it with proper consciousness, not a few months will pass and you will see, you'll look back at where you were and where you are now. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us. The second part is Muhammadur Rasulullah. SubhanAllah. Deen should be learned from the people who are ashiqeen, who love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who are willing to die for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Deen should be learned from those people. Muhammadur Rasulullah, my Hazrat used to explain it in such a manner that this he used to explain in kalima and for salah as well. That, have you ever thought about this? That the whole prayer, whole salah we finish, but we do not read durood upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do we do that? What is the time when we read durood upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? At the very end, before the dua, and then there is salam before completion. As I said, think of a person who has fruit, he bought it, and he's going about in the streets all day trying to sell his whatever he has. He's going about all day. He's been to every street, he's been out in the sun, but nobody bought his whatever he had to sell. Finally, he sees someone who he thinks will be willing to buy it. Who he thinks, he perceives that if I talk the right way to this person, he is going to buy it. And that person comes near to his cart and starts inspecting his fruits. And then what happens? He feels that even this person is not going to buy it. Even this person is not going to buy it. As a last resort, what he does is that he says, "Bhai tere bachchon ka wasta, or anything which is beloved and dear to that person, he gives wasta. He says, by virtue of Falan, because of Falan, please buy this, please buy the whole lot. Otherwise, it's going to get wasted. It is. I have spent so much on this fruit. It is going to become stale. Nobody is going to want it the next day. So as a last resort, he starts to. He even if he has to go and put his head on the feet or touch the feet of someone, and this is actually what we do when we go in sajda. At the end of each rakah, why are there two sujood? The Prophet ﷺ has said that when a slave makes sajda, he does so in the feet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He does so in the feet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So at the end of salah, we recite durood and give Allah the wasta of the Prophet ﷺ. Nobody has accepted anything that we had to offer. We have found success nowhere except here and by virtue of the Prophet ﷺ. So we beseech Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we implore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that please accept our prayer. Please accept our prayer. Please buy what we had to sell. Please buy what we had to offer. If we don't do it at this point, it is going to go to waste. Similar is the case with La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. That one is the honor of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that whenever my name is taken, your name will be taken with my name. Your name will be taken sallallahu alaihi wasallam with my name. But for us, it is a means of acceptance of our kalimah in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a means of acceptance of our zikr in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, taking the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by the way, Muhammad Rasulullah is also a form of durood. Is also a form of durood. Some ulama say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has connected durood with la ilaha illallah. Has connected durood with la ilaha illallah. Our kalima does not become complete until we take the name of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when we take the name of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our kalima becomes accepted. Our kalima, our agreeing and submitting to the fact that Allah is our only ilah, our only hope, becomes accepted, and the results of which are granted by taking the name of the Prophet ﷺ and declaring that yes, he is the Rasul of Allah. He is the Rasul of Allah. He is the Rasul of Allah. We come to terms with the fact that he is the Rasul of Allah. And when we say Rasul, there is no way for us. Who is Rasul? The prime example for his ummati. So there is no accepted way for us of doing anything except the way of the Prophet ﷺ. When we do that, our kalima becomes accepted. I'll inshallah finish here. One last thing, if these things become too overwhelming or whatever, the one thing that Arfi used to say, very easy. Whenever you are making any zikr, stop for a moment and say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, Ya Allah, this is your name. Even if I tried, even if all creations of you tried together to understand the station of your name and to fulfill the right of your name, they will not be able to do it. So there is no chance that I'll ever be able to do it. But however is the effect of this kalima in your knowledge, please grant me that. I have no idea what I'm saying. I have no idea how far it goes, but you know it fully well, and you are fully capable of giving me that. So for any azkar, no matter if you understand the meaning or not, no matter if you understand the real concept that we should have behind it or not, just think this, that Ya Allah, whatever is the benefit of this, I may know it, I may not know it, give it to me according to your perfect knowledge. Let's make dua, inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, salatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursaleen. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم يا أرحم الراحمين. Ya Allah, please look towards us with mercy. Ya Allah, send your blessings and mercy upon this gathering, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us that the middle of this month, the center part of this month, is forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, we hope, we expect from you that you have already forgiven us, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, although we have not done anything, that we could say that we deserve your forgiveness now, Ya Allah. But Ya Allah, everything, whoever is getting whatever, they are totally getting it out of your mercy, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we beseech you, Ya Allah. We implore you, Ya Allah. We beg you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we have not done anything that is befitting of you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, but your mercy is ever extending, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, yes, our sins are great, but your mercy is greater than our sins, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, please shower your mercy upon us, Ya Allah. Decide maghfirah for us, Ya Allah. Decide maghfirah for us, Ya Allah. Forgive us, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we have been evil, Ya Allah, we agree, we accept. Ya Allah, Ya Allah, but we promise you, Ya Allah, we'll try our best not to go near sins. We'll try our best not to go near sins, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we are making a pact with you, Ya Allah. We'll never ever sin again, Ya Allah. We'll never ever sin again, Ya Allah. We'll never ever disobey you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, now that we have made this pact, Ya Allah, at least with our tongues, Ya Allah, we have fulfilled the conditions of Tawbah, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we expect your mercy from you, Ya Allah. We expect your mercy from you, Ya Allah. We expect your mercy from you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, if we break this pact, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, that does not mean that we did not make the pact in the beginning in the first place, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we are weak and we've been made weak, Ya Allah. There is chance that we will break this pact, Ya Allah. But we beseech you, Ya Allah. We beg you, Ya Allah. Pull us towards you again, Ya Allah. Every time we sin, Ya Allah. Every time we disobey you, Ya Allah. Every time with our utter stupidity we go away from you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, when children run away from their parents run away, their parents run after their kids even faster, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, you love us more than our parents, Ya Allah. Pull us again towards you, Ya Allah. Pull us again towards you, Ya Allah. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا انك انت التواب الرحيم صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه